Woo. All right. Hello? Can you see me? Hi. Can you guys hear me? Sorry about that. Good. So let's go. I'm sorry, we had internet connection problems. How's it going, guys? Start with the thank you, Jules. Hey, Jeff. How's everybody doing? Hi. Hi, Robert. Lancelot, it is. Hey, Bobby. Don't start with a funny business, Bobby. Hey, Tony, how are you? How's it going? I'm doing great, man. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed in this very interesting times that we have. It's crazy. Just tuckered in. See, I'm keeping my beard, trying to keep my sanity in my house. So we'll see how it goes. Tubio, what's up? How's it going? Thank you, Charlie. Lego Charlie. Yeah, we worked very hard on those. Christina and Dylan and the team. We put a lot of effort into making these happen. Obviously, we didn't have enough money and enough time, but whatever we did it right, apparently, because of the numbers. The numbers don't lie, and I'm very, very thankful and happy with that. How am I keeping busy with the quarantine? Let's see. I have a writing contract, and there was a couple of movies I was going to delve into. So I'm sort of rehashing it with the producers, hopefully to push it for a better time. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm bothering a lot of Dylan. I call him all the time to piss him off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then I have to answer to Bobby. Where is he? How much wood would a woodpecker chuck if a woodchuck would chuck? Bobby, listen. I know you wear the tight pants in this family, but Donna and I need to we need to talk. Also, the masculine comic books is based on. Yep, yes. How long have you known Dylan? I've known Dylan since I was an embryo. I've known Dylan for a while. I'm very happy and thankful and blessed that I've met him, and we just got along. I mean, except for the tight pants issue that we have between him and Istvan, everything else is really good. We're very happy, and Christina can vouch for that. Would you ever do a Resident Evil fan? Absolutely, I'll do Resident Evil because as a filmmaker, you know, every year that you do stuff, you become more and more confident. And I'm willing to take much bigger challenges because the producers that have been talking to me and coming at me are actually very legit type of producers that I depend on and people have known and know of. So we've been communicating, and if they didn't see that confidence in me, I don't think it would have happened. So yes, Resident Evil all the way for sure. If you could remake any movie, what would you pick? Man, there's so many movies. There's the Clint Eastwood movie where they play American soldiers in World War II and they go and rob a German bank for gold. I forgot what it's called. Something Heroes, Kelly's Heroes. I would do that one. I think that's a funny movie. And then there's an old movie called The Secret of Santa Vittoria with Anthony Quinn, where the Italians have to save their wine from the Nazis. It's a very beautiful movie. It's an oldie, but it's also a goodie. I love that movie. I would love to redo that one. And there's a movie called Highway to China. Absolutely beautiful movie with Tom Selleck. Again, it's a romantic, epic, beautiful, big movie that I would love to have the opportunity to do it. Hopefully I answered that question. Favorite moment from the Revenge of the Mask series? My favorite moment for all those Revenge of the Masked Singer is actually every moment, because everything that we did was so meticulous and was so hard to put together because of budget, because of the time, and because of the crew, because we had a very tight crew. And I love the energy. And if you talk to Dylan and the way him and I used to banter and get into it every day and then make love at night, not physically, but make up. That's how I like to live. I like to live with fire, and that energy that we have is unbelievable. I really really love it. So plus don't forget, the energy that I have with Istvan as the DP. He's a master at his craft. The way we shape these scenes together and put them is absolutely beautiful. And not to forget Tight Pants with Bobby. He's the man. Without him also, I mean, and the whole thing, the crew, the gaffers, the makeup artists, the Christina and her wardrobe. I mean, it just flowed. I mean, the first one was very hard for us because it was the first one, but as time progressed, it was unbelievable. We just knew it was like card work. It was so beautiful. Okay, next question. Is Revenge 2 gonna get back upline? Hey, Frame Pictures, I don't know who you are, but eventually it should get back in there, because it's mathematically it's in their best interest to put it back in there. The numbers don't lie. That 40.5 million views is not a small thing. So I think eventually it will be put up in there. So keep your fingers up. Chris, what's your favorite stunt in Revenge of the Mask? Well, I don't know if you guys realize, but one of the stunts where Bobby throws himself from one of the big I don't know what you want, parcels that we have in one of my warehouses. The way it was done from beginning to end is kind of comical, because Bobby approached me and I never knew what Bobby was up to, and I never really knew who Bobby really is as a man in his tight pants. So he came to me, he said, Lance, do you want me to throw myself from all the way up there? And I said, no. Next thing I know, he is throwing himself, not once, not twice, not three times, but he did it like multiple times. I said, I love this guy. So I love Bobby. We did it. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite stunts, because it was so real. And obviously, not to mention the explosions that go on. It's just, I can go on forever. So I don't want to make Bobby look too good. We need to give time for Istvan also. Okay. Tim Smith. I'm sorry. Tim, you're a master at your craft. I love you, brother. You're more than welcome anytime at my sets. Tim Smith is an excellent actor. Do you think you could put the mask on a dog, except make him more ferocious and threatening? Absolutely, because we have a master guy by the name of Dylan Sides who can create anything with anything to do with the mask. Ask him. Apart from the tight pants, he can do his shit. He is a master at what he does. So putting a dog, mask, all that stuff, making ferocious with blood. We got the team. Like I said, we have the A team to pull off anything. All we lack is a big studio coming in and just throwing money at us so we can make it happen. And don't forget, we have Christina, who is, I don't know, when you guys see the movie Rise of the Mask 2, the wardrobe element of it brings it to a totally different level, and you guys are going to love it when it comes out. Okay, if you could work with one well-known actor, who would it be? Ah, man. I like to work with Kate Blanchett, because she's a master at her craft. I would like to work with Daniel Day-Lewis, because he is a master of his craft. And up-and-coming newer actors also, like Benedict Cumberbatch. He's an amazing multi-dimensional actor. So people like that, I would love to have a lot of levels. So when you look at a movie, it's not the color, it's not just the camera movement and the direction, it's the wardrobe, the lighting, and obviously Dylan's mastercraft at painting people and all that stuff. It's a synergistic effect. If one falls short, the whole thing falls apart. So like I said, from doing the first one and then the second and the third and the fourth, it became like osmosis for us. Everybody knows what they're doing, and it's great. It's lovely. All right, let's see here. Warner Brothers should bring you guys on fan. Listen, the market is going to change because of what's going on with the corona, because they're going to look at different venues in order to market their products, and the internet. Look at it. Everybody's now watching, not going to the movies. This has proved it. It's right here in front of us. So I think people will be throwing money at content creators for the internet, but it's not just anything in content. It has to be high quality, because if you don't have that quality, people will turn off. So the quality has to be there. So you have to have the equipment, you have to have the right people in order for them to give you the right amount of money. And I think we're close. I'm working with a few people that have been eyeing us for a while. People, know what I'm doing in my corner. So hopefully, you never know. Do you think it's possible if they will be a female mask? Absolutely. Now is the time where Hollywood has opened their arms for sure for anything to do with female content or female heroes, superheroes, especially when it comes to something like The Mask. I'm open to it anytime. Actually, one of the ideas that we threw out was to have a female superhero in one of the contents that we want to create. And we keep that. That's in the burner right now until things happen. So I hope I answered your question. Do you think it's possible if there will be a female? Yes, I answered that. What is Silent War going to be released? Silent War is a totally different type of a movie. It's highly dramatic and very factual, and it's current. It's not in the fantastical world like The Mask is. Silent War is a real movie that can happen at any time with people who come from the war. It deals with PTSD and suicide, and it's highly dramatic. It was also done by our team, Dylan and Christina and Bobby and Istvan and everybody, with the same type of a team that we did this movie. When people watch it, they're gonna see the variance that we have as a team. We don't just do one type and in the world right now. So it's good to have a team like that. Where am I? Favorite prop made for the film? Dylan knows exactly which one. It's you have Loki's masks, you have the knives, you have the shields, you have. Listen, I have to be honest. Everything was up to par. We bought it on independently, and every one of those things. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a mask up there. You see that? Every one of those is absolutely essential in the way that we made these movies, because it has a price, and it has a very beautiful thing that we did together as a team. So all of them are actually beautiful for me. I love all of them. I want to just thank you for allowing us on set. Hey, Rob, listen, bro, you're a brother. You always, I was going to make a movie in Vegas. I was going to bring you anyway. So you're always welcome on my sets, my brother. Hey, Donna, if you were a fish from the movie Finding Nemo, which fish would you be? The turtle. Okay, Rick's head. What? Okay, Ricky's head is good. Yes, you're right. That's a good one. Lance Jan Megaphone. Bobby, take it easy. You have been outmatched by Istvan Letang, because I remember when you were showing off your tight pants with Dylan, and you came to me and all that stuff, thinking that you're going to beat everybody with the way you look. And then all of a sudden, Istvan came in with his tight pants. You guys were dethroned. I'm sorry. So skip that one, brother. Does the sword behind you have Randy Jackson's autograph? Absolutely not. Okay, Tony Mata, when did you see the Mask movie? I saw it when I was 6 years old. Dude, I saw it when I was like 10. Yeah, 10, 11. And it was funny, it was great, but I never thought in my wildest dreams I'll be doing something like this. It's a gift, and I thank Dylan for it. Actually, when Dylan approached me with this, and he said, "Hey, Lance, I want you to direct this thing about the mask and all that," I had no clue what he was saying, but all I did was this. Sure. So, thank you, Dylan. We can't forget the. Look, the megaphone thing, I need it because sometimes people are hard of hearing. We don't want to say who. And I like to enforce the rule of law on my sets. So anyway, you kind of look like the guy who played Stanley Ipkiss in the Jason Gabay mask film. Dude, listen, Bo, I'm far better looking. Sorry. I mean, look at this. Look at that. This is the Corona beard. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to shave. Okay, who else? Who is your biggest inspiration? Also, glad to see you're doing well. It's an absolute honor. Jules, you're an absolute beautiful man to work with. I can't believe how I discovered you from Wayne State, and it's been a blessing. You have risen, my friend. Jules, you're an amazing guy. You're so intelligent. If there's anybody in anime who wants to know anything about anime, you guys could talk to Jules Herb, man. He knows far better than anybody that I know. My inspiration, dude, growing up, I watched Spielberg and I watched Tarantino and I watched Kurosawa and I watched Federico Fellini. Who else? David Lean, who did Dr. Zhivago. I mean, I draw from the British films. I draw from British cinema, American cinema, Italian cinema. I even draw in from Egyptian cinema. And I just combine it with color and camera movement. I think that's sort of my inspiration. Is there a hodgepodge on your film? There's always hodgepodge on our film sets. Hodgepodge film started with the quote that Istvan Letang always talks about on set. And then we finally created all these t-shirts about hodgepodge, and it actually worked very well. I made t-shirts for everybody, and we should actually start selling them and making money. Yes. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh my God, you're right, bro. He looks like exactly like I'm better looking than him, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, Tony. Go tell him I'm a better looking guy. What are your thoughts on The Mask versus Tank Girl, bro? Anything to do with The Mask versus anything out there is going to be interesting because of the concept of what The Mask is about. And especially when it's transferred from one person to another. Imagine if the mask goes into a priest's face. Let that settle in, right? Somebody who's ultra religious and the mask comes into his face. What happens? So if he wants to fight Tank Girl, if he wants to fight in a bubble bath, whatever he goes to fight, he's going to be amazing. So I would love any type of a challenge with the mask fighting anybody. I hope I answered your question. Imagine Plastic Man fighting the mask. That would be absolutely, again, any of that's the beauty of the mask with, let's say, Deadpool or Tank Girl or whoever, or Lobo. Anybody that the mask encounters is going to be interesting, especially superheroes. I would even like to see the Mask versus Spider-Man, Mask versus Batman. Any of the DC comic, Marvel, bring it ready. I'm an assistant director at the old high school, and I hope the stage production, and the director says I have Kubrick style. Stanley Kubrick was ahead of his time, in my opinion, because back then people just couldn't fathom what he was thinking and how he was doing things. So I think he was just a little bit ahead of his time in the way he was. He was just a genius as a filmmaker. Other filmmakers who are geniuses, you have like, okay, Spielberg. You even have M. Night Shyamalan when he did The Sixth Sense. You have the guy who did Interstellar. I forgot his name. This guy is an intelligent, intellectual filmmaker who thinks about the bigger and the bigger scheme of things that are out there in the universe, and he puts it into film, and he makes you think. It's not just making a stupid zombie movie or a stupid horror movie or just an action flick. I like directors who are thinkers. Yeah, Christopher Nolan, thank you. Directors who say things that are challenging and ahead of the times are absolutely my type of directors. Okay, let's see what we have here. Marvel, The Mask, any combo of that is, even The Mask versus the Halloween guy. I don't care, Bring it on, because it'll be interesting. Okay, what do we have here? Versus Odin. Listen, Jeff, I think you have a chance to kick the Mask's ass, providing we write it that way. If we write it in the script, Christina can write it for you where you kick his ass, all right? That would be end verbally with your voice. Yeah, okay. When did you start film directing? I started film directing right after I finished my 14th screenplay, I think, or 15th screenplay. I had a chance with a producer to make my very first movie. It's a piece of shit, but it's out there in the universe. It's called, I can't even remember what it's called. It was my first movie. It still plays on the horror. Scrap that. I don't want anybody to know about that one. But yes, that was a while ago. And plus, I did a lot of shorts and small movies with my Super 8 when I was a kid. I always like to invent things and create scenarios. But hey, whatever. What was your favorite concept in blah, blah? My favorite would be the mask being alive and it's crawling around. That part really scared me. For me, the mask wasn't really about horror. It was more about the anticipation of what's going to happen. I think maybe I've answered that right. And that's what I loved about it. We, like when in the first one, when the actor walked up with the wrench, broke the car down and broke Amar Nemo's legs and, shot what's his face and, something like that. It's not hard. It's like we didn't see that coming. And I love that, the anticipation of what's about to happen. And same thing with part 2, when we did it, the way Bobby got out of the car and he killed Robert Holland and all those bad guys, chopped one of their heads, and he took the head out, put it in the back seat. So it's not really horror; it's the anticipation of what's going to happen, and I love that about the character. I hope I answered your question. Blah 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 blah. Okay, let's dance, Bobby. Yes, Bobby can really dance, guys. He is the quintessential salsa dancer. He can dance with his tight jeans anytime. I'll leave it at that. What are your thoughts on an R-rated animated series based on The Mask? Absolutely. I am 100%, like I said, anything to do with Mask comics, Mask film, R-rated, not R-rated. It's interesting. He's an interesting character, and that's why he's so popular. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, 40.5 million. I never saw that coming. I don't think even Dylan and Christina saw that coming. I'm a mathematician, so that tells me something. There's something there. So any combo of The Mask, trust me, will work. Your thoughts on what are your biggest challenging film in Revenge of the Mask 2? I know I can. So for me, as the challenge, and with every independent filmmaker, you're going to have that, because you have such a limited amount of money to do something really huge, and it's very difficult to put that together if you don't have the right team, and you have to pay the team. So the whole thing is a challenge. From the beginning of the moment you wake up till night, your brain has to be on nitro, because you have to think, okay, if I don't get this scene the way I want it, are the other scenes going to rescue the movie? And this is all based on your budget and the time and the team that you select to work with you. It is imperative that whoever's making a movie, they select the right team, because when you go to bed at night, okay, you're covered, and it's like insurance. So think about what I'm telling you. The Mask has an endless void possibilities and can be adapted into multiple. Absolutely, Bo. 100%. I agree with you. Not cool killing me, Bobby. Yes, it wasn't cool. Why did you have to kill Robert? What was it like working with Nathan Jones? Nathan Jones and I have been friends for a while. And when I approached him to be on the film, it was actually like osmosis. I said, hey, I want you to, he has been watching it. And he said, okay, just fly me in, Mike. And, we'll get it together and we'll put it together and all that nonsense. And I said, okay, Mike, we're flying you in and you're going to be, blah, blah, blah. It actually worked absolutely beautiful. And for him to be 10 feet tall and me, I'm just like 5'11", and I'm only 150 and he's like 3,000 pounds. was kind of threatening, but as soon as he opened his mouth and he started to talk, he was like a teddy bear. He's beautiful, a beautiful man. So that's what it was like. I had a huge backstory planned for Gunam. Yeah, I know. Sorry, you can't hold it. Okay. All right. How did you feel about Big Head's personality when he was Alan? And uh, do you really want to go there, Ma? Do you really want to go there, Donna? You always want to ask these intricate questions. Ask me about pants. I would love to see the animation team who worked Castlevania series to do the series. Absolutely. Listen, I'm not very familiar with the animation series, but again, anything to do with the mask, my friend, absolutely I'm in. Lisa North, shalom. Are you going to create more fan films? Are you focusing on different content? Listen, we are filmmakers, so we are in the business of making film and creating not just fan films. I'm more into feature films, and I'm going to be doing feature films because that's where I am and I want to do. I do have fan films that I want to make with Dylan and Christina. Obviously, we want to keep this animal alive, and we have a beautiful creative source. I mean, these two. Let me tell you something about Dylan and Christina. When it comes to film, fan film, anything to do with the internet, there's bar none, nobody, and I challenge everybody, bar none, nobody that is so in tune with what's going on with the current times like Dylan and Christina with fan-based film. Because sometimes I go to edit at his house and we end up opening that TV and he's just telling me, hey, watch this, and then we have lunch and all of a sudden it's after lunch and then it's dinner and all we do is watch and we never work. Do you think we work, me and Dylan? Hell no. All right, where are we at? Still can't get enough of watching the cars blow up. Absolutely. Listen, Bobby did an excellent job blowing these cars up because that's what Bobby does. He blows his pants apart. What else is going on? Nathan was very gentle with me. Absolutely. Aaron, how are you? Lance, that was a great story about Nate. Absolutely. Nathan Jones, same thing with Dean Kane. Actually, most of the actors I've ever worked with on other films that I've done, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3, they're actually good people. They're beautiful people because they're artists. So what else do we have here? Did you read the Mask comic books? Yes. Let me tell you when I read the Mask comic books, because I didn't read the Mask comics books before meeting Dylan Sides, but when I met Dylan, there you go. He says, read this, read this, read this, read this. And I'm going, why? He said, because you have to direct these series and you have to know who this guy is. And I guess I started reading thanks to Dylan and Christina. Great job on the explosions, Bob. Yes, Bobby, let me tell you something about Bobby, apart from the tight pants. Bobby is a multifaceted filmmaker, which means I know he only wants to act. We get that. But he could do anything. Like, seriously, he could throw himself from a building if he wants to. If Molly, if Donna allows it, he could throw himself from a building if he wants to. And I love him to death. And he's become a personal friend and like family. And I can't thank him enough for being in my life. Same thing with Dylan and Christina. I have a love affair with Dylan and Christina because it's an amazing thing since the day we met. Especially with we fight, then we make up, then we fight, then we make up. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you guys, because that's how my creative process falls. I mean, think about it. If you have just a sane, straight, boring relationship with your producers and your filmmaker friends, you're not gonna be creative. Do you know how I talk to Esteban Letan? He taught me freaking Hungarian. Unbelievable. And these Hungarians, when they talk, they don't just talk like Americans. They talk like Hungarians. So I love working with people like that. It's fire. I like fire. I don't like cold, because that's how I am as a filmmaker, as a director. All right, where are we at? What do you think of Leprechaun versus... Again, Bo, Leprechaun, mask, woman, female, dog, cat, anything to do with the mask, bring it on. It'll be interesting. It's just because he is a phenomenal character. 40.5 million, guys. Many thanks for bringing me on the project. Loved working with everyone. Absolutely, Aaron, you're a great guy. You're a professional. You came, you did your stuff. I love it. Bobby Lennon says, love you, Lance. Listen, you want to give me a green heart? That's not going to work. Red. It's red, Bobby. All right. Tony, I read them when I was 17 years old. They were surprisingly different, blah, 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 blah. Yes, because everything is transitioning. Things don't apply anymore. Even after this coronavirus passes and hopefully we all make it, the whole industry is going to change. Think about that. Comic books, film, streaming. It's going to take a while for people to go back to the theaters. So people are going to get really extremely creative, and they're going to be bringing in back. If they want to write comic books, it's going to be done. It's going to be different. It's going to be absolutely different. It's going to be futuristic. What's going to happen if this happens or not? It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm actually looking forward for after this passes as a filmmaker. Okay, where are we at? Tell us about Odin's 9, the Rise of Odin's 9. Rise of Odin 9, dude, is an absolute epic done at a limited budget, right? With the same crew, but this is what we did with Odin's 9. We took everything we've done in the entire series, all the amount of energy and the talent and the know-how and the experience, and we shoved it into Odin's 9. Dylan came on, and he bought it on. Christina bought it on. Bobby bought it on. Peter Herod, the actor, bought it on. Istvan Letan. Absolutely beautiful filmmaking. I sat with this one. I said, I want to make the entire movie in one shot. He said, absolutely not. It's a Hungarian thing. Don't do it, Lance. You're going to go crazy. I said, okay, how about 4 shots? He said, we'll try. So in this movie, the opening sequence, when I told Dylan I'm doing it in one shot, Dylan goes, what size pants are you wearing, Lance? Why are you doing this to me, Lance? I said, I love you, Dylan, but this is what we're doing. And then we're not doing just one, we're doing many, like the one in the town, where the village. It's a whole one shot. When people watch this, we kept doing it over and over again. I think we did like 13 times, and Dylan would go like this, what's going on, Lance? We have to figure it out. And I said, I swear to you guys, it was the last take that we did that it all came together so beautifully. And that, my friend, is filmmaking. All right, back to this. Odin is Hungarian, really? Yeah, of course. Opinion on Son of the Mask, terrible. A Broken Red Heart by Bobby Lennon. Bobby, we're going to talk later, meeting you on the phone. Okay, Black Gamer, please support me. Tell me how. The Mask versus Freddy Krueger. Again, it's a no-brainer. Let's do it. Bring us money, and Dylan and I will do it. I want to see a Deadpool versus Mask. Put Bobby the Mask, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely, Bobby would play unbelievably, because Bobby can wear his pants very well. Ask Donna. What do you think of Nightmare of Slow, blah, blah, blah? I don't understand that question, my friend. I hope to work with you all soon. Love it. Absolutely. Anytime, Lisa. You don't need a big budget, just big passion. Yeah, but I challenge everybody with that. The passion is there, my friend, but you do need the budget to create prosthetics, looks, wardrobe, pay people who know what they're doing. It's debatable there, my brother. The passion is there. How are all your... I'm skipping that. Join the team, Tim. Exactly. Were you surprised that Stanley Ipkiss from the comic book was totally different from the movie version? Yes, and it was disappointing. I'll leave it at that. I can't critique other production houses. Do you make everyone do push-ups on set? No. When I work with actors, it only takes me a couple of minutes when I sit with them to know their level. And that's why I give homework. If people know me, I just give homework. And I know people, when they do the homework, I know their levels, because acting is about levels. So when I sit with an actor and he doesn't have the levels, in order for me to give them shock therapy, I sometimes have them do not only push-ups. Let's just keep it at that. Yes, passion is there, but Lance is right. You still need a budget. Absolutely, you need a budget, my friends. You need some type of budget. You can't make a movie for free. I don't care. Was Alan originally supposed to be something a different character? Yes, I believe so. Yeah, that sequel is my guilty pleasure. I don't mean to be a fan of Ruin. Yeah, that film, part two, I didn't like it. Neither did Dylan. Dylan can correct me. It was a terrible movie. It wasn't. It wasn't like the trailer for it. Uh, the movie is really one of the best pieces that we put together, and for me personally, as a filmmaker, because of the challenge. When Christina, you have to understand something. When a writer who spills their blood on the pages gives you their script, it's not only an honor, but it's actually, you have to have the integrity to take those words, okay, yes, put them, but also to show visually, to translate it from the literal format into the visual format is an absolutely one of the most beautiful things in filmmaking. So when Christina trusted me with the script and I told her, listen, I'm going to give you my blood, and I really did. I went to that forest and lived in that forest for one whole week on my own, and it actually screwed my head. And this I did just for Christina, right? And I think I gave her, what she wanted at the end of the day, within the confines of our time and budget. And I love her for that she trusted me with it. And that's what I do as a filmmaker when people give me a script, because it takes a while to write a really tight script. And for me as a filmmaker to translate it into the visual, it's a beautiful thing. I can't even explain it in words because I'm a writer myself. But I want to thank Christina for trusting me with it. Christina, Momore. All right, where else? Where are we at? Do you use music to inspire your filmmaking? I listen to film scores when I wake up, before I go to bed, when I'm in the car, when I'm in the shower. I listen to all types of musicians with film, because that's how I am. I'm a filmmaker. So yes, I take from James Newton Howard, John Barry, Danny Elfman, Jimmy Horner, just the Hans Zimmer, FYI. What was your most disappointing moment in your career so far? How did you recover? Bobby, that's a very good question. Actually, everything about it is disappointing, if you really think about it, because in order for you to take a stepping stone from being a total nobody to being a somebody, you need people. And I want to say people like real producers. I'm not talking about producers who make movies for 100,000. You need real producers who have made movies in the millions, who know and have access, and who can create something really dynamic for you. For them to believe in you, for you to find your way to get up there is extremely difficult. And once you do, you get one shot, and it's very hard. So it's a very nerve-wracking type of a career. It takes a while, and you can't give up. But I bounce back because I don't only just direct, I write. So I have contracts for writing, and I put projects together. And now I'm actually, because I know certain big producers, I'm shuffling, their know-how and their money into making movies. So, but it took a while. It took 15 to 17 years of my life and my soul. Yeah. Where are we at? What's your favorite costume for Revenge of the Mask? I have to say, when Christina finished with Loki, with the way the black shawl, I don't even know what you call it, on top of the crown with this green, I think is absolutely beautiful and stunning. Good job, Christina. I agree, man. I mean, the tone went from childish and say, yeah, absolutely, Tony. That movie did not do well at all. What music would The Mask listen to? Old Rock. There it is. Dylan, Button, Old Rock. I think Dylan knocked it out of the ballpark with some music in there. I think Old Rock is good, except for when it becomes the theme. It has to be dramatic, but the music, because there's two types of music in film. You have the theme, the composition, and you have music. So the music is rock. Old Rock for me is like the best. Besides meeting, I've had my fill with Stunt. Where does your passion come from? My passion actually comes from the things that I've seen throughout growing up. I don't know if people know, but I grew up in the west coast of Africa, in Blood Diamond country. So as a young boy, I saw absolute beauty and I saw absolute horror. There was no middle. So whatever we had was taken away within 1 week, and we had to go and leave everything that we ever worked for my parents and start all over again. And that was a culture shock, because I was also educated in England. So I used to travel back to Africa, see the family, come back, and that was all taken away at a young age. And then I lost my mom at a young age too. So my passion comes from real things that I've seen and experienced in my life. And there's two things that happen to people who go through, realize there's nothing to life really. You get educated, you have families, you move on. But what is life? What is it about? I think life is about killing people with kindness. Look at what's going on right now. If the world isn't going to be kind to one another, especially at a moment like this, I think as a human race, we're going to falter. It's time for us to step up and be kind and giving to one another. Look at what's going on in the hospitals these days. It's not just one ethnicity or one religion or one this one. It's everybody from every ethnicity, from every culture, from every sexual orientation, from anybody. These are the heroes that are actually making America great. And kindness is the most beautiful gift a human being can have to share with people. I hope I answered. That's my passion. Tip for all industry friends: persistence is key. Absolutely, persistence, tenacity, fortitude. Listen, I've been spat on, pissed on, pointed the finger on. I've been broken, rebroken. I always managed to get up because I'm a writer and I'm a filmmaker. You can't let anybody put you down. If you have a vision, you have a will to survive, you have to always keep pushing 24/7. Thank you, Bobby. Where are we? Well said. Okay, man, 70s, 80s music, Tony. Who would you get to direct the R-rated reboot Mask? Me. Hello. Bobby Lennon. Lance Kawas. Yes, absolutely. Come on. I've been looking at, people are looking at me. I don't want to name names, but really big people are looking at me. Lance is best man for that. I love you guys. Star Wars or Star Trek? Oh, you see, Benedict Cumberbatch screwed that entire thing up for me, because when he did the Star Trek thing that he did with his voice, and then plus Star Wars right now, they're screwing up big time with Disney. I'm sorry. That's just my own personal opinion. It's not the way it used to be. It's going down the tubes. I think they should just give me Star Wars. Me and Dylan and Bobby and Christina and Istvan will make it happen. Is that really a question, Rob? Star Trek. Star Trek. I don't know. Right now, I would agree with Star Trek because they're screwing up with Star Wars. How about that? My ship. Yeah, I agree, Lance. Yes, thank you. Star Wars got ruined. Absolutely, Star Wars got ruined, man. They screwed up. And I hope they're watching. I hope Disney's watching. You guys should shape up. Just give me a call. My manager is in LA. Give him a call. I'm ready. I'll bring my team and we'll make a good Star Wars for you guys. Mandalorian is the only thing holding up. I absolutely agree. Mandalorian is actually an interesting film. series. I'm sorry, I grew up with the original TV series. Yeah, my brother's into that. Um, where are we at? Don't be sorry. No. Um, what else? Have I answered most of these questions? Blah 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 blah. Where am I? If it was The Mask, my music choice would be funk, 70s, 80s music like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson and The Mask. I don't know about that, but I don't know. That's an iffy one for me. Hi, Lance. This is Amanda. TJ saying, staying with us. I have a question. He won't tell me an answer. How did the car come to be in The Mask? Let me drive in the gas station. People were going nuts over it. The car came from, I think, from Dylan knew people. I'm not sure how it came about. Dylan knew Tubio, Tubio knew people. That's how it came about. That's a Dylan question. Yes, Dylan Christina question. I better be in your Star Wars team. Rob, like, hello, of course, why not? Lance, will you blow Bobby a kiss? Listen, I'll blow Bobby 2 kisses. You're killing me, Donna. Happy birthday, Donna. Okay. You call me cute. Yes. Why didn't your acting career take off? Who? Whose acting career? Who was your idol growing up, Lance? I would love to know. Oh, man. I would say my father is one of them because of the way we survived the trauma. I would say that. Number 2, in terms of film, I would say David Lean. If you guys don't know who David Lean is, studying David Lean at a young guy in England was absolutely amazing. He was different from Hitchcock, so I would say David Lean was one of my inspirations. I have a text from somebody. Hey, do you want to wrap up at 8:15? If that's what you want, Dylan, 8:15, 10:15. It's up to you, my friend. You tell me. Where are we at? I caught both. I just blew. Thank you, Bobby. I'll just take one. Hey, I'm gonna blow a kiss to Istvan Letang because he's probably watching, saying, "What about me, Istvan? We love you. You're an ace." And because Dylan gets jealous, I'm gonna blow Dylan a kiss. And Christina. Where's the movie coming out? Which movie? Blah blah blah. Which movie? The Odin's 9, sometime end of April, I believe. The Mask would probably love Iron Maiden and Wasp. Yes. Yes. I agree. When I playing the Macarena. Okay, whatever. Plug your Tornetta Davis video. It's awesome. Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, we did that. Thank you. I'm very proud of that piece. We'll see how it does in the festival circuit. The Odin's 9 movie also, I would love to send it to film festivals to compete. I think it's going to be that good as an independent 30, 35-minute movie to compete in the short category. So that's how proud I am of this movie. And I hope Christina understands what this means to me, that I took it with integrity and delivered. I really did. I gave it everything. I was running all over the place doing that set. Bobby's a cool dude. I'd hang out with him anytime. Listen, if you want to hang out with Bobby, there's rules. First of all, you got to wear tight pants and tight shirts. Otherwise, it's not going to work, Tony. I'm just throwing that out there for you. Thanks, Tony. We just need Steve. I am trouble, especially if I'm happy. If you can watch, most likely not will get Jim Carrey to be in the Mask movies. Sure. I mean, Jim Carrey, I don't know if he's up to it though. You need new blood. I think like everything else, you really do need new blood, new actors taking over to give it a new feel. Like the way we're doing it with the mask. It's new concept, new style. We it's same thing in film. You need somebody different now, new voices. You need a lot of new female actors to come in and step up, uh, and other male actors from different ethnicities to come in. It's all open. Um, Thanks for everything you've done for me, Lance. I owe you more than. Dude, you don't have to thank me. We're brothers for life. You know that. Me, you, Dylan, Christina, and Istvan, and Corey James Taylor, and Tim James Smith, and all the actors that are out there. Amar Nemo. Um, there's so many to name. Whoever I don't name, please don't take it wrong. You guys know I love all you guys. But Bobby, you're an ace. You know me, man. I'm always rooting for you. I'm always rooting for people who work hard and they've got what it takes. Uh, Benedict Samuel would be a good choice to play Stanley Ipkiss and the Mask. Benedict Samuel. I have to look that up. I'm not sure. You're welcome, Tim. Anytime. Anytime, my friend. What else we got here? Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Odin's 9 trailer, please like it. It's absolutely superb. It's actually short, sweet, and to the point. It's actually amazing. So that was the director. Right. Thanks, Lance. Love you, brother. All right, what's going on? What else do we got? Best day on set for any of the films. I would say, Revenge 1, Revenge 2 were great in their own way, and even Rise 1. But in Odin's 9, every day was the best day to film for me because of the way we shot it. It was more challenging. Like I said, we did 4 one-takers. I think 40% of the film was done in one takes. And I think Dylan can correct me. Either 40 or 50% of the film was done in one take. So long choreographed takes, and we risked it because we never really rehearsed before. We rehearsed during the time, and that's why it was so crazy. And people were looking at me like, what the hell? But we did it because, again, you do it because you have the right team. It's as simple as that. Favorite all-time movie? What genre? You got to give me a genre, bro. This is the open question. It's like, what's my favorite music? There's all of it. There's rock. There's reggae. There's blah blah blah. There's a lot of things. There's Bobby's. So does this guy have the license to the mask because his thing said official? Yeah, the mask has 2 things going for it. One is with Warner Brothers, who have the film rights, and Dark Horse, who have the mask rights. And it's a very fine line. So the film rights, yes, we do. Who puts on the makeup on Bobby's abs? You see, this is a tricky question because it's between the makeup artist and Dylan. So there's intimate moments between Dylan and Bobby when Bobby is getting sprayed with Dylan's spray. Let's just leave it at that. All of you guys did a fantastic job. Keep up the good. Tony Mata, we love you. You deserve something from us. I hope Dylan is watching. Dylan, Tony Mata, we should take care of him. Are you familiar with the character Kathy Stanley Ipkiss's girlfriend? Good question. Dude, Chris, you're drilling me, man. I love you, but you're drilling me. No, I have to be honest. I can't remember the girlfriend. I'm done with facts. About 35. Yeah. So Dylan's saying about 35% of the movie was a one take, which is intense. And this is before 1917 came out. You guys have to understand that. So that's why sometimes when I'm talking to Istvan and he's going like this to me, What you talking about, man? What? That's basically why, because I like to piss off my beautiful DP from Hungary. Uh, oh, so you have film rights. Uh, um, I have to, I have to say that this has been a ride because neither Christina, Dylan, and I don't think we ever saw this coming when we were doing this. I think we're hovering on 150,000 subscribers right now, which is insane. Um, it's absolutely insane, and we are blessed in so many ways, um, and that's why I think it's going to help us with the creative process. I think we're going to create more content down the road once this virus thing goes up, and we're going to make feature film, and we're going to be doing amazing things. So we'll see. And now we have permission, not rights. Yeah, we have permission. Thank you, Dylan, for clarifying that. Bobby wants another kiss. Donna, we're having problems with revenge. Bobby and Donna, listen, you guys had your birthday. You're a happy couple. You guys kiss each other all the time. What do you guys want from me? You know what I mean? Look at me. Fine. Goodbye. I wish Istvan can join into this because, Istvan has a story about his tight pants, but I don't know why he should be in this conversation. Come on, Istvan, join in. Voice actor Troy Baker would be a good choice to voice Stanley Ipkiss and the Mask in the R-rated. Sure, I don't mind. Absolutely. Hey guys, we're going to wrap up at 10:15. See, all good things come to an end, and I think we're going to be wrapping up at 10:15. What time is it right now? You have 4 more minutes to bombard me. How do you get your actors into it on set? That's a multifaceted question, Bobby, because it depends on the actor and what they have studied. If you haven't studied acting, it's going to be a problem with me. If you studied acting, then we're going to know, well, what method? Where are you from? Where did you go? Where are you going to? Who is your family? Do you have parents that are dead? Do you have the actors come on set and they just know what the hell they're doing because they're just trained and they're physically, like if Bobby De Niro walked into a set, how are you gonna tell Robert De Niro how to act? He's done it all. You just sit and watch, maybe give him a tweak here, tweak there. Whereas the non-seasoned actors who are, I call them the wannabes, who are trying, the nightmare actors, when they walk on my set, boy, do I torture them, because the camera doesn't lie, and it takes a while for me to get them there. I use several methods, either shock, I wear them out, and it depends if it's a comedic scene, or if it's a dramatic scene. I have my own methods of doing it. I'm sure people have witnessed it. Others haven't, and it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Best way to follow your work. Best way to follow your work. I'm not sure I understand that question. Are you a fan of horror films? If so, what are your favorite? Halloween when I was growing up. Definitely. Even not the Terminator. Different types of horror genres are more interesting than just slasher horror movies for me. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't just like a horror movie because it's a slasher movie. Different style, psychological horror movies are also beautiful. Like when I first watched The Ring, the first one, I thought that was pretty creepy. So I hope I answered your question. I think blah, blah, blah. I've seen you torture a few actors. Thank you, Lisa North. Yes, there you go. Follow as in Facebook, Instagram. I hope I gave you what you needed for Odin. Jeff Ciarto is an amazing Shakespearean method theatrical actor. Yes, you did. Because not only is your voice phenomenal, but you actually brought it on. Once we dressed you up, once Dylan and Christina put all that on you, you were Odin. Once you started speaking your lines, you transformed into Odin. I hope you understand what I'm telling you. It's a compliment. You're amazing, and your performance is beautiful, and it's subtle, and it's not over the top. And that's good acting. Supernatural horror is always a creepy psychological. Yes, I agree with you, Tony. Jeff was amazing. Jeff was absolutely stunningly amazing. Absolute good actor. I'd have to say that working with you as a director was intense, but very welcomed. I would definitely work with you again. Thank you, Aaron. Listen, you want a hodgepodge type of a director? There's a lot of them out there. You want really deep type of style of directing? Then that's me. If it works for some people, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I know the industry and I know what they're looking for. And the frame has to be rich, not only with costume, lighting, and camera, but also with character. And if you don't have that, I'm not interested. And I have to bring that to the team. I have to bring it to the film. I have to bring it to the producers. Who was your favorite makeup artist? Dylan Sides is one of them for sure, because you have to understand, as independent filmmakers, because we have such limited amount of money, the stuff that we executed and was bought on, that's filmmaking. So imagine if Dylan has a big ass budget to do what he wants. Think of that. Let's put it that way. All right. Hi guys. Last question. Hi. Agreed. Jeff was amazing. Who's your favorite composer? John Barry is the #1 guy for film composition. Absolutely, John Barry. He is the god of creating film music for me. Then you have, like James Newton Howard, Hans Zimmer, Jerry Goldsmith, and you have the new ones that came out. The guy who did I can't remember the name. Moonlight. He's a violinist. Excellent composer. Best wishes, and I'm excited to continue the journey. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Robert. Dylan is awesome. Dylan is awesome without his tight pants. Congrats on everybody, Lance. Call me tonight. Tonight? Stop with the green hearts. Okay, so thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so blessed. Thank you for joining us. I'm very, very happy with what's going on with the series. I love you guys a lot. I'm so blessed, and that I've met this new family in this, and the fans, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Signing out.